Right, so of course over the weekend a new Johannesburg ANC chair was elected, Dada Morero. Well, he's not resting on his laurels. He's now decided that he will unseat the DA-led coalition in the Metro. Morero says talks with potential coalition partners are already at an advanced stage. After his election over the weekend, Morero said his focus is going to be uniting ANC branches in the Johannesburg region. eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu covering the story, joining us now. So, Lindo, yeah, it seems that it's fighting talk from Dada Morero. He wants to take over Johannesburg. How's he going to do this?
Well, Dada Morero says that there are talks that are in an advanced stage in terms of coalition partners that they would want to work with in terms of unseating the current government. According to Dada Morero, he says that many branches of the ANC are reporting that there is a lack of service delivery. There are a lack of things really that they should be receiving, that they were receiving before. And some of the suspicions are around the fact that they believe that they are targeted because they are ANC branches or branches that enjoy support as far as the ANC is concerned. But he's speaking about the fact that it is time, as a new regional chairperson of the ANC, it is time for them to go back to governance and actually be the ones that are actually on the forefront of taking the services to the people. So he was basically telling us that there are people that are speaking to them, there are parties that are saying that they are ready to work with them, and he says that these talks will soon manifest into them getting back to a government position where they will then be able to do what they are promising to do. He says that this is at the back of the conference which they had. They had commissions there to ensure that they speak about certain issues, including the issue of regaining governance, but also uniting themselves to be a credible and trusted source as far as service delivery is concerned. So those are some of the things that he's told us. But at the center of this conversations, he has told us are being had around overturning the support for the DA and actually having the ANC go back into governance. That is through coalition talks that are currently happening. Take a listen to Dada Morero just explaining what he is set to do in the next couple of weeks.
The current situation suggests that the coalition will not be able to service the city of Johannesburg. We are now engaged in serious negotiations with other parties with an intention, of course, to take over power from the current coalition. We are convinced that it will happen sooner than people might have thought, and those negotiations will be concluded. Yes, of course, there are those parties that have always been consistent that they will not work with the ANC and would have long accepted that, but there are those that are ready to work with us at any time.
And what is Joburg's multi-party coalition saying about those plans?
Well, they are saying that this is an overreach, this is simply ambitious, and that it will never happen that they be unseated. They believe that because of the strength they have in terms of the coalition government that they have right now, they are saying that there is no ways that the ANC will be led to get back there. In fact, they are also speaking about the fact that other parties were telling them they had an engagement with national office bearers of these different parties to check on the status of this coalition government that they have in the city of Johannesburg, but in other municipalities as well. And they are saying that they are comfortable to know that they are still working together. They will not allow the ANC to actually get back. And they are saying there's no ways that Dada Morero can maneuver a way of actually getting back to council as the leader of governance in the Johannesburg municipality. And some of the parties we've spoken to as well as were simply saying that their stance remains the same in terms of not working with the ANC. I mean, other parties like Action SA says they've given them 300 years, and only after 300 years, that is when they'll be able to sit down with the ANC, but not to work with them, to actually check on whether they have been able to change as a party. So those are some of the sentiments we've been gathering on the ground, but it's a simple no from this multi-party government led by the DA, saying that there's absolutely no way the current coalition government is working. They've just passed a budget and they are looking forward to bringing services to the people. So they are saying there is no way that Dada Morero and the ANC in the region of Johannesburg will succeed in their bid to regain governance. Take a listen to some of the parties we've engaged with today, just getting a sense really of the status of the coalition government in Johannesburg, but also getting a sense of what their sentiments are with this now announcement to say that ANC is moving to take over Johannesburg.
Just a few weeks ago, there was a coalition oversight group where all the national leaders of the political parties within the coalition sit and assess the strength of the government, our strength of our finances, the strength of our programs, and that oversight body is happy with the work that's happening here in the city of Johannesburg.
My position will be in the party. We can't be in a coalition with a mayor that we know from first-hand experience that he condones corruption, he protects those who are accused of corruption, and he is prepared to destroy political relationships just to protect them. So our coalition with the DA, the Freedom Front Plus, Action SA and other parties is solid.
President Mashaba was clear that they must call us after 300 years. So we are still waiting. 300 years, then we'll speak to the ANC. Right now, there's no way we are going to work with people who have created the mess we find ourselves in. The only thing we can work with them is if they agree to take themselves in jail. We'll open up the jail, we'll lock them inside voluntarily. That's the only thing we can collaborate with the ANC.
Well, thank you very much. That's an interesting development, certainly one to watch in the city of Johannesburg. Thank you very much, our reporter Lindokuhle Xulu.